Hello, leaders. Welcome back to another episode of Leading Daily. I'm your leadership coach, Quincy Jackson, here, and thank you so much for being here with me again today. As always, we want to bring you insightful wisdom and information around the subject of leadership to help you increase your influence, your impact, and ultimately your income. We want to make sure that we're delivering not only things that you can apply philosophically to your life and business, but also practical skills that you can develop and grow as you develop yourself as a leader. Today, we're going to talk about faith. You having faith in yourself, and you definitely having faith in others. Ask yourself the question, how much faith do I have in myself? And subsequently ask, how much faith do I have in others around me? Take a moment, pause the video if you like, and then just hit play and then come right back to it. People's instincts about us are pretty good, wouldn't you agree? When we have faith in them, they can feel it. And when we don't have faith in them, they can also feel it. They can sense if your beliefs are genuine or phony. And truly having faith in someone, it can change their lives. I was recently reading a story about a gentleman by the name of Robert Schuller. He wrote a great book called Move Ahead with Possibility Thinking. He's a pastor at a church, or he was a pastor at one point in time. And in his book, he told a story about his uncle and the impact that his words of faith had on him. Allow me to share this story with you. His car drove past the unpainted barn and stopped in a cloud of summer dust at our front gate. I ran barefooted across the splintery porch and saw my Uncle Henry bound out of the car. He was tall, very handsome, and terribly alive with energy. After many years overseas as a missionary in China, he was visiting our Iowa farm. He ran up the old garage and put both of his big hands on my 4-year-old shoulders. He smiled wildly, ruffled my uncombed hair, and said, "Well, I guess you're Robert. I think you're going to be a preacher someday." That night I prayed secretly, and dear God, make me a preacher when I grow up. I believe that God made me a possibility thinker then and there. Now, you may not be able to relate to the story as it relates to being a preacher, but I guess a question I would have for you is, where you are right now, was there anybody in the past that had an impact on you in your current position state today? I'm sure you can point to 3, 4, 5, maybe even a dozen people that have had an impact on exactly where you are today. But what are you doing and what have you done lately to be that impact in the lives of the people around you? What have you said? How have you treated them? What have you given them from your uniqueness and your being that is going to help them and make an impact in them in the future to come? Now, as you work to become a person of influence, always remember that your goal is not to get people to think more highly of you, it is to get them to think more highly of themselves. Have faith in them, and they will begin to do exactly that. Help someone who doubts to have faith in themselves today, and watch how much the ripple effect occurs as they progress and pass on that same faith to others. This is your leadership coach, Quincy Jackson, here. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Leading Daily, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.